Coming up on the Daily O, how OSU students are marking the 24th anniversary of 9/11.
And a new scam making its way to Oklahoma. We'll tell you what to look out for. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now. We're glad you're with us. This year marks the 24th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Over the weekend, students and first responders climbed 110 flights of stairs to commemorate it. The Daily O's own Tyler Tripodi was at Boone Pickens Stadium to see the inspiring display of remembrance.
Most college students won't get up early on a Saturday morning to climb stairs. But for students like Rudy Solano, this stair climb is his way of remembering relatives involved in 9/11.
So I have a few family members who were paramedics, EMTs, police officers, who were in the Army during 9/11 when it happened. And it's a big tribute to me because I'm representing them.
Stories like Solano's are not uncommon. Even as 9/11 becomes an event many students didn't experience, the efforts of clubs like the Fire Protection Society ensure that the sacrifices of that day live on.
This being the 8th year that we've done this as a club and as a school, it's important that we show representation and respect for those who had fallen during 9/11, even after 24 years after it's happened. And even if we weren't there when it happened.
This year was the event's biggest yet, with over 300 people making the climb. But for Schaefer, the event goes beyond remembrance. It's also a way to bond with his father, a firefighter in New Jersey when the towers went down.
I mean, it's really important, it keeps us connected, and it makes it every year, and during 9/11, every year we can kind of, connect as a family and as a community and remember the things that happened in our country, and it makes us stronger in a sense.
While these students were not born before 9/11 and have no real connection to it, they still come together to honor the names and faces like these who died tragically in that fateful day. Reporting outside Boone Pickens Stadium, Tyler Tripodi, The Daily O.
The Oklahoma Department of Human Services is being sued after a former employee was sentenced for kidnapping. Xander Daniel Faison used a fake emergency child pickup order back in January to kidnap a 1-year-old girl from her family. DHS fired her in February and she pled guilty last month. Jalen Pierce, the girl's father, said DHS's negligent and wrongful conduct was the direct cause of the kidnapping. The lawsuit specifically accuses DHS of negligently hiring Faison, who has a conviction for perjury in Maryland. Faison intended to fake an adoption to fool her partner. She also admitted to attempting to kidnap a different girl in 2024 while posing as a social worker. She has been sentenced to 15 years and recommended to receive mental health treatment.
We all know they're out there, but one Norman woman says she's never seen a scam quite like this. Take a look at the notification Brenda Myers got, saying someone was using her Apple Wallet to make purchases and to call a number to stop the transactions. Myers says she spent hours on the phone. Now her account is wiped out. She says she lives on disability and the amount of $1,200 lost was all she had for the month. This comes as a reminder to stay safe and aware before clicking on any potential scams.
It's been over 2 months, and progress on the Make Oklahoma Healthy Again campaign is looking slow. Governor Kevin Stitt drew attention back in June when he was joined by U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to make the announcement. It echoed Kennedy's concerns over food dyes and fluoride. Oklahoma ranks as one of the least healthy states in the nation. Stitt ordered the State Department of Health to stop promoting fluoride in water, also targeting food dye and SNAP programs. The Health Advisory Council will not begin meeting until October, and no policy changes have been made at the Department of Health. The American Dental Association continues to advise the use of fluoride in drinking water despite Kennedy's campaign against it.
9 organizations across Oklahoma now have access to kits that will help neurodivergent individuals. The Autism Foundation of Oklahoma donated 22 kits to 4 counties that interact with people in moments of crisis. These were given to places like libraries, children's centers, fire, police, and sheriff departments. Officials say first responders having access to these tools could be life-changing. Inside the kits are headphones, fidget tools, and communication tools.
With the week just kicking off, the Daily O's Aaron Stinson has your week preview to see how you can spend your time. Aaron?
Yeah, guys, if you're looking for something to distract you from that homework you don't want to do, I have some options. Starting Tuesday, both the Oklahoma City Comets and Tulsa Drillers are at home. OKC against the Sacramento River Cats and Tulsa against the Arkansas Travelers. On Wednesday, Grammy Award winner Lauren Daigle will be at the OKC Zoo Amphitheater. And in the town of Pryor, just east of Tulsa, the Born and Raised Music Festival kicks off, featuring a lineup of over 30 performers across 4 days. Thursday, the State Fair kicks off, so you can try foods such as the Dill Dog. The Goo Goo Dolls perform at the OKC Zoo Amphitheater, and Foreigner performs at River Spirit in Tulsa. Thursday also starts the 2-game hockey series between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, Thursday being played in Norman and Friday in Tulsa. And finally, on Friday, Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award winner Hugh Jackman will be here in Stillwater performing hit songs from his most memorable roles at the McKnight Center.
It's been a sunny day here in Stillwater, but what can we expect this evening? Tyler Tripodi is in the Weather Center with the latest. Tyler?
Well, I hope you guys like sunshine because we've been getting a lot of it. Taking a look out over the western part of campus, we can see that it is clear skies. Air temperature right now sitting at about 78 degrees. The real feel a little bit warmer at about 81. We're getting a slight gust of wind coming up from the southeast. Now, as much as I love this look over across campus, why don't we take a look at the gardens over by the Student Union? As you can see, it is sunshine galore out there. The flowers are in bloom and people are out there enjoying that sunshine. But that's about all I've got for you guys right now here in the Weather Center.
We'll be on the lookout, Tyler. When we return, an annual festival is making its way back to the state.
And a forgotten figure now remembered. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Like Aaron mentioned earlier, the Oklahoma State Fair is right around the corner, and we have some things you need to know to make sure you have the time of your life. The fair will run from September 11th until the 21st, with tickets starting at $10 for children and $16 for adults. In addition to general admission tickets, you can purchase armbands that give you access to unlimited rides, starting at $50. You'll be able to find parking in the north and south side of the park, as well as some paid or free parking on certain gates. There's also some new sweet snacks to try, such as the Dubai chocolate funnel cake and the honey badger corn dog.
On the topic of the fair, a statue of Founding Father C.G. Jones got unveiled this morning. Charles Gasham Jones was Oklahoma City's 4th official mayor and was elected in 1896. He was one of the main reasons why the fair is standing today. Jones is considered an agricultural entrepreneur and is known for building a flour mill and railroads in Oklahoma City. Sculptor LaQuincy is the artist behind the statue and says that Oklahoma has a lot of unsung heroes that were instrumental in helping Oklahoma become a state.
With the state fair right around the corner, we're hoping for some great weather. Tyler Tripodi is back in the Weather Center with what we can expect. Tyler?
Yeah, I've got some good news for anybody who's trying to get out there and try one of those dill dogs. As you can see, kind of just looking at the weather patterns here across the country, we've got this system overnight here that's going to push its way across the state. I don't think that's going to mean anything for us here in Stillwater. We could see some overnight showers from this, but more than likely it'll just pass through Kansas as well as the northern part of the state and move on. Moving into tomorrow, however, we are going to see a new system form that's going to take up most of the western part of the state up into the upper Midwest, where they are going to see some severe weather. Down here where we're at, though, you're going to see some rain and some showers in the western part of the state. However, here in Stillwater, we'll probably just see some clouds. I wouldn't expect too much of that. Moving into Wednesday and Thursday, looking at the contours here, we do have kind of this system sitting right here again in Kansas and in the western part of the state. What that means for the state fair, I don't think much. We can kind of call this energy over a storm system. What this more is clouds more than rainstorms. In kind of these darker green bits, that's when you might see some rain, but I don't think that will really affect us here in Oklahoma. Now, what to watch out for the next couple of days, we're going to be looking out for those overnight showers. As we discussed, there is some possibility of storms tonight as well as through the rest of the week. I don't think it'll amount to much, but it is something to keep note of. Additionally, as we get farther into the week, we are going to see this return of heat. And as much as I want a pumpkin spice latte, that is going to mean a pause on fall weather. Those cool afternoons and cool mornings, they are going to be a thing of the past for a little bit here. We'll get more into it in that 7-day forecast, but that's what I've got for you guys. Back to you.
All right, Tyler. Well, when we return, how the world woke up to a tragedy across the country.
And a new Supreme Court order. We'll let you know who is affected. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it never made it to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Taking a look at national news, 2 gunmen opened fire at a Jerusalem bus stop early this morning. 6 people were killed and 7 critically injured. Police say the shooters attacked at the bus stop, while some Israeli media reports they also opened fire inside the bus. Benjamin Netanyahu's office says the Israeli Prime Minister is conducting a situation assessment with the heads of his security establishment. Hamas hailed the attack as heroic, but did not claim responsibility. There has been a surge in violence in the Middle East due to the war in the Gaza Strip. This comes as the Israeli military ordered Gaza City residents to evacuate as it plans to seize control of the area.
The Supreme Court has cleared the way for sweeping immigration enforcement stops to continue in Los Angeles. This is part of President Trump's campaign to carry out mass deportations of those in the U.S. unlawfully. Today, the court agreed to freeze a court's temporary restraining order that prevented authorities from stopping people based on factors like race or occupation. The U.S. Court of Appeals rejected the Trump administration's request to pause the court's order. Then the Department of Justice sought emergency relief from the Supreme Court. The brief Supreme Court order did not explain the basis for the decision.
Meanwhile, the Trump administration has asked the court to allow the government to withhold $4 billion of spending on foreign aid. This comes in response to a federal judge's ruling that requires the administration to spend funds despite the president saying he intends not to. The case marks a showdown over the extent the president can refuse to spend money that Congress has approved. Some are describing it as a grave and urgent threat to the power of the presidency. Under the Constitution, it is the job of Congress to allocate funds that the president can spend. Current federal funding expires this month.
The trial of the man charged with attempting to assassinate President Trump last year began today. Ryan Wesley Ruth is charged with what prosecutors say was a foiled attempt to kill Trump during his presidential campaign. He was arrested after a Secret Service agent spotted a man hiding with a rifle in the bushes of a golf course where the president was playing, just one hole away. Ruth chose to represent himself during his time in court. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. His trial is scheduled to take place in a month.
A cowboy duo represents the U.S. at the Walker Cup. Landon Patz joins us in the Sports Corner with more.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Landon Patz. Thanks for joining in. One cowboy golf duo is making waves on an international stage. Ethan Fang and Preston Stout took a trip to California, helping the U.S. win the Walker Cup over Great Britain and Ireland. Fang had a dominant win over Stuart Graham of Ireland with a 5-4 win at the 14th hole. Stout delivered for the U.S. and finished with a birdie at the 17th hole over Luke Poulter of Great Britain. With their wins, Fang and Stout helped the U.S. take home the title for the 6th consecutive year. Cowboy football had a rough trip to Eugene, with Oregon dominating all 4 quarters, winning 69-3. Yikes. Zane Flores had his first career start, and the Pokes had their largest losing deficit since 1907. the same year Oklahoma became a state. Mike Gundy gave his thoughts on what went wrong.
Is to stay with it. We were too complicated in all three phases. Tried to do too much on defense, tried to do too much on offense, and we ended up not being able to execute and being good at anything.
Yesterday's spirits were a bit higher for football fans with the NFL season kicking off. Some of the Cowboy alumni showed out for their pro teams. Running backs Jalen Warren for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chuba Hubbard for the Carolina Panthers both found themselves in the end zone for touchdowns. Ollie Gordon made his NFL debut with the Miami Dolphins with 2 carries for a total of 4 rushing yards. With the bye week ahead for Cowboy football, the next game to look forward to is on September 19th. The Pokes will take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes for the Turnpike Classic. The game was originally scheduled for 6 p.m. and is now scheduled for 6:30. The Friday night game features a blackout theme and welcomes family members to head to Stillwater as it's family weekend. Well, that's all the time we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. Migration season is in full flight for these flying jewels. Rayma and Emmy have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
About fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
It was a star-studded night in Hollywood. Abby Walton has that and more in your A-List update. Abby?
Yeah, guys. MTV hosted the Music Video Awards last night, and artists did not disappoint. The ladies of pop cleaned up last night. Sabrina Carpenter took home a Moon Man after Short and Sweet won Best Album. To close out the MTV Awards, Tate McRae won Song of the Summer for Just Keep Watching. Lady Gaga came into the night with the most nominations and, to no surprise, won Artist of the Year. In her speech, she thanked her little monsters for their support. To close out the night, Ariana Grande encouraged fans to continue onward for the brighter days ahead in her acceptance speech for Best Video before handing the mic over to the video's director, Christian Breslauer. The Howard Stern Show has a new face, or does it? Howard Stern, the longtime host of The Howard Stern Show, played a prank on his listeners this morning when his 7 a.m. slot opened with Bravo host Andy Cohen at the mic. Cohen announced that he was rebranding to Andy 100 as the new host of the show. He continued on for 10 minutes of the podcast before Stern came on and revealed the prank. After his 5-year deal ended with SiriusXM, Stern was supposed to address his future last week, but pushed the news to today due to his illness. This prank caused SiriusXM to drop 2% pre-market trading before the truth was revealed. He later joked on the episode saying, "I've been thinking of retiring, now I can't." and the classic humor that fans have come to know. Well, that's all I have. Back to you guys at the desk.
If you look closely, there you may see some tiny visitors. That's because it's hummingbird migration season here in Oklahoma. These little flying jewels beat their wings to thousands of times per minute, stopping by on their long trip to south of Mexico for the winter. Experts at the Oklahoma City Zoo say we're the perfect pit stop for warmer temps, and that means plenty of food. If you like to help nature's helicopters, fill your feeders with water and sugar for food, and turn off non-essential lights at night. And hummingbirds aren't the only ones taking to the sky. Monarch butterflies are also on the move.
Grab your phasers and set them to celebrate. It's National Star Trek Day. Today is the perfect time to honor one of TV's most iconic adventures. From Captain Kirk to Officer Spock, Star Trek has been boldly going where no one has gone since 1966. It's inspired fans, technology, and even NASA over the years. So, whether you're a lifelong Trekkie or just learning Klingon, today's the day to join the crew and, of course, live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper indeed. Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Tyler Tripodi has our 7-day forecast. Tyler?
Live long and prosper, I guess, guys. All right, well, let's go somewhere that people have been, and that's the summer temperatures, because they're coming back this week, guys. All right, starting off here on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to warm up a little bit, some high 80s, but that's just the appetizer for the rest of the week, because as we look into the back half this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we are going to see that return to summer heat. 92, 93, and 92 again on Saturday. Even the lows getting up there. On Friday, the low temperature, 70 degrees. It's getting a little toasty out here. But Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are going to see the return of clouds, okay? Now, I don't think this is going to be any storms. Potentially Sunday into Monday, we might see something. I highly doubt it, though. But we are going to get back into those 90-degree temperatures on Monday, and that'll stick around for a couple more weeks, as I think we're going to be sticking into these summer temperatures. But that's all I've got for the 7-day forecast. However, great news for fairgoers. As you saw, we're going to be seeing some great temperatures there on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, Taylor, I'm ready for that warm weather. I've got tickets for the fair this weekend, so I think that temperature will serve me well.
I'm looking forward to the fair as well, so thank you for that great news.
All right, Tyler, thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Rachel Coleman.
And I'm Emmy Sangalai. Have a great night, everyone.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
The hopes hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.